Morning, good morning. Wakey, wakey. Let's get this shared out. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome in to the Morning Cuppa Joy. What a great, great time to be together this morning. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to stop the music. There we go. I figured out how to turn it on, but I didn't know how to stop it. So good morning. I hope you shared during that time that the music was playing. Welcome in Annie7, and thank you for sharing. Our Josie, thank you for being here. And calling in our Ricky, he is here with us, isn't he? Thank you, Josie. And thank you, Ricky, for being with us every day on the Morning Cuppa. So happy to have you with us. So welcome, everyone. Let's go into our hearts. Let's do some really beautiful breathing together. I've been doing this since about 4 o'clock this morning. Not constantly, but focusing on the breath. Good morning, Deirdre. Good morning, Jennifer and Prachetta. So let's do this breathing and focus on the breath. So if you want to touch your heart center, that brings it more into your heart space. But really focus on what that breath feels like. So breathe it in through your nose. Pay attention to the breath going in. You can feel it as it goes into your nostrils. Feel the lungs all the way up. And then breathe it out slowly through your nose. And then with the next breath in, add in love, add in joy, but focus on that breath, focus on how it feels coming into your body. And breathe it out. If you want to get your brain all the way awake this morning, you can do the alternate breathing. So you close off one nostril and you breathe in through the other. And then you close off that nostril and breathe out. And you just keep exchanging, and I'm disappearing. So you breathe in through one, out through the other, in. And breathe out. This is a way to balance the brain. So I love doing that. I've been doing that this morning also. So I'm good and balanced today, you guys. I'm sure you're happy to hear that. So thank you to everyone coming in. I see our Joanne is here. Good morning, sweet one. And I saw you already, and thank you for my cuppa. Cheers, everyone, on this Friday who has your own cuppa. Catherine DeSante, good morning. Andrea Gregg, good morning. Hello, everybody. Okay, I want to read the message from the angels because, wow, wow, we really need to hear this message. I needed to hear this message. And it's called Peace is Our Birthright. And Albert Schweitzer said, until he extends the circle of his compassion to all living things, man will not find himself peace. Today is the United Nations International Day of Peace. It is a day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace through observing 24 hours of nonviolence and ceasefire. That's a great ideal to strive for. I envision a world where we have a day of peace every day. I believe we can achieve this eventually, but it will not happen just because an organization says so. We have to feel it inside and desire it more than anything else. It has to be priority if we are to survive as a planet. Tara Brach describes compassion as the act of allowing ourselves to be deeply touched by the vulnerability and suffering that exists within ourselves and all beings. True compassion involves attuning to the presence of suffering and then taking responsive action. It is that heartfelt response to alleviate suffering that brings us to the point of wanting to make a positive difference in our own lives and in the lives of others. Dear angels, today as I paused hourly to meditate and pray for world peace, I wondered how many in our world were thinking about peace and getting along with even the people in their own homes. It is a conscious choice we make to either be peaceful or to be the opposite of peace as we walk on Gaia's back. Dear ones, so many times you choose to take the easy way out of responsibility by pointing fingers at others and judging their behavior. They are creating chaos. They are not being peaceful. We say to you, focus on what you are doing, thinking, and saying in the world. Anytime you are looking outside of yourself and seeing something that you judge as wrong, there's more clearing to be done inside of you to release the judgment. If you are depending on others to act in a certain way so you can be at peace, then you're missing the entire point. Peace has to begin inside of you. By even thinking that someone else or a situation can affect your peace, you're giving your power away and will be constantly looking for fulfillment outside of yourself. Dear ones, it is already inside of you to be peaceful. It is your birthright, so claim it. Find your way back to the very center of your soul, which is pure love, pure peace, and pure joy. Dear angels, today I promise to remain in my heart and focus on the peace that passes all understanding. I'm going to put that into the comments so you all can have it if you want to say that and make that your mantra today. Oops, something happened. Okay. Well, I hope you can see that comment because it's giving me an error when I tried to put it in. Anyway, Welcome in everyone who came in while I was reading that. And Catherine Kovacs, hello. Hope Wellington Marshall, oh, thank you for being here, Hope. And we trust you are well. Thank you. Thank you for your wishes of abundance and health and wealth. Absolutely. Sally and Tony in the house. We got sunshine here in Florida. I hope you all have sunshine wherever you are. But wasn't that a great message from the angels? That we can't just keep looking outside of ourselves and doing the blame shame game. We have to really take responsibility ourselves for bringing peace into our life and saying, I choose peace. I choose to stay in my happy place, no matter what anybody else is doing. You know, they could be fussing and fighting and judging and condemning and all the stuff that goes on. I don't have to participate in it. I don't have to go into pointing fingers and saying you shouldn't. You know, life is not about shouldn'ts. Life is about how do I get back to my birthright, to my joy, my happiness, my inner peace. And that's such a beautiful place to arrive at when you can say, oh, it's up to me. If peace is to be, it's up to me, right? So, yeah. I'm so happy that you all are all here today on this Friday, and glad to see some yays are coming out. Catherine Kovacs, my Friday is that I'm going to a book club for the first time in 4 weeks. Yay! Happy for you, Catherine. That socialization is so important, isn't it? Jennifer Langren, grateful to be here. Well, we're grateful you're here. Sally's, it's mid-89s today and full sun with high humidity. Yep, a beautiful day in the making. It certainly is. And it's more beautiful just being here in your all's presence. So let me see what Kuan Yin has to say about all of this. You need time off to heal. Yeah, absolutely, Catherine. You went through a lot there, and I'm so glad that you're on the mend. All right, so Kuan Yin's message is the strength of you. Are you doubting your ability to heal or recover? There's nothing that has fundamentally damaged your spirit, your will, or your heart, no matter how broken those parts of you may feel at times. They have only ever been broken to heal stronger. They have not been broken beyond repair, and they never will be. Yeah, we never get broken beyond repair. We might go through some stuff, and we do. We have our experiences of life where we're like, oh, stop this roller coaster, because sometimes it can get pretty hairy, can't it? Sometimes we just don't want to go through those fires anymore. We don't want to experience. We want to opt out and say, I don't think I signed up for this. You know, like, hey God, what's going on here? But it's at those times that we're experiencing the biggest spiritual growth. Those are the moments when our soul expands. And I liken it to when our physical body grows and expands. That's a painful time. If you can remember in childhood when you started growing and your legs started getting longer and your arms and your torso and you're like, that don't feel so good right now. Something feels different. And that's because you're expanding. It's the same with our spirit. When we start learning and growing and getting to know who we truly are as a spirit being, we expand. And that expansion can take up a lot of energy and a lot of space. So it might feel a little wonky at first. We might be a little wobbly like we are in our physical body when we start to expand and find our strength to walk. But eventually, we're not just walking, we're running, we're skipping, we're hopping, we're jumping, right? We don't stay just in that stage of, oh, this doesn't feel so good. All of a sudden, we love having those legs. We love being able to stretch our arms out. So it's the same thing with our spirit being. We don't just have the pain and then keep having pain of growing. Eventually, we learn how to jump over those hurdles. Something could be thrown in our way, a contentious person or a situation that comes up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got this. I'm able to jump over this hurdle. I can do this with no problem at all because I have confidence in who I am. I've grown to the point of recognizing and having a toolkit full of how to do things, and I can jump over those hurdles. Or I can open a door and walk through. I don't even have to jump. So it's getting to know who we are inside. And that's really what that inner peace is all about as well. When we don't depend on anybody or anything outside of ourselves to make us peaceful, to make us happy, to bring us joy, then we've got it. We've got it down, and there's no need to look outside of ourselves to be fulfilled. That fulfillment is inside. And then what happens as we interact with other people, they just add to our joy. It's just piled up higher and higher. And all of a sudden our joy is increased. Our smile is there all the time. And we just find that rhythm of being in that state of peace and joy. How many of you smiled at yourself yesterday? That was the challenge, right? To look in the mirror and smile. It makes a difference, you guys. If you haven't done it yet, excuse me, if you haven't treated yourself to doing that, I encourage you, just smile at yourself today. One time. You're going to be hooked. If you do it once, you're going to want to, every time you look at yourself in the mirror or a window as you're passing by and you see your reflection, you're going to want to smile. Because if you look at your reflection and it's all grumpy, that doesn't feel so good, does it? You're like, oh my gosh, is that how other people see me? So all of a sudden, it's like, oh, how can I put a smile on my face? How can I tell myself that I'm happy, even when I don't see the physical reflection? That smile is telling me that I'm happy. That smile is telling me, you know what? You are a being of love and light, so show it. Shine that light out with your presence. We have Sally that says, my Friday today is exactly that. It's Friday, and I get to play in creativity in our display windows. Yay! That's a big yay. It's always fun to create and to use that artistic freedom to make whatever you want to make, right? And then when you see others and they appreciate it, you know that you really let it flow from your heart center. Catherine, you smiled at yourself. And Deirdre, you smiled. Sally, I just did it, and giggles erupted afterwards. I know, because it brings you that joy inside, just to see that smile and just to know I'm happy. And sometimes, even when we're in the midst of some deep stuff, even when there's something really heavy going on in your world, and maybe there's others you're concerned about, or the world that you're concerned about with all the things that go on, when you smile, it doesn't make all that stuff go away, but it makes it easier to hear what's going on, right? If we're already in a grumpy state and in a low vibration, and we hear, oh, there was an earthquake and all this happened, it's just going to put us lower. But if we're already lifted up in our vibration and we hear about a happening, that goes on, then we can say, okay, let me pause for a moment and send love to that area or that person or a situation, whatever's happening. It's just easier, you guys, to stay on that high vibe and to lift even higher when we're already beginning with the smile, beginning with knowing that we're the one responsible for our own inner peace. And Catherine, you used affirmations like I am beautiful, I am happy. Yes, I used to write those on my bathroom mirror when I had a bathroom. I would put it up there in lipstick or in dry erase marker, because those are easy to clean off, and I could change them out. So you can put up there, I am beautiful. I even drew a heart, a big heart, so that my face fell right in the center of the heart, and felt like I was surrounded by love every time I looked in the mirror. But yeah, you can write things up there to see. It's a great day to have a great day. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are amazing. It really does something to your mindset when you see that in writing, and your brain is processing it, and your mind is saying, oh, yay, yay, instead of, oh no, right? So I encourage you, do what it takes to bring your vibration up. And that's just one tool in the toolbox that you can have, is those affirmations and putting a smile on your face. Andrea said, I smiled and I loved it. Yay! All right, well, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here on a Friday to lift me up and to lift the vibration. Ooh, we have an update from Marietta. Good morning, sweet Marietta and Ed and the kiddos. Sweet Dreams is making our way down Lake Michigan to the south, where we will have to go through 3 locks on the Illinois River. These locks have been closed for repair and are scheduled to reopen October 1st. So all commercial and recreational boats are gathering already. We are in line to go with a group of 16 boats on October 7th. We have our fingers crossed and are praying for safe passage and good weather. I love that. Oh, how sweet, Marietta. I feel you coming back to Florida, because I want to see you. I'm hoping to spend most of my winter here in Florida. And I've been making arrangements at different places to house sit or to visit so that I can stay in some warm weather this year. Last year was kind of tough with all of the snow and going through the below zero weather that I was in Colorado. But this year, I want to be warm, and I want to get a lot of things done creatively, and that's hard to do when you're frozen, when you want to just stay under blankets all the time. Good morning, Dixie Cunningham. Thank you for being here. Oh, Joanne, I can write on the bathroom mirror. Oh, how sweet. Yes, yes, yes. I'll test it first with my lipstick to make sure it's going to come off easily. But yeah, it's such a great way to just start your day. When you first wake up and you walk in there to the bathroom and you pause and say hello to yourself. I encourage that practice, to just put that smile on. The very first thing, well, the first thing I do is say thank you, God, for another day. I always say that because there are no guarantees. So when I wake up and I say hello, I'm like, I'm alive. I have another day on this planet to experience love and to give love and to be around the beautiful people that have decided that we are a soul group. We're a soul family. And so every day I'm so grateful. And then I put the smile on and look at myself and sometimes giggle, Sally, because sometimes it's a real trip to see yourself first thing in the morning. but that's okay. I can do that now. I used to not be able to look at myself first thing in the morning and smile, and not to have that energy of it's a great day to have a great day. But that's my life now. That's the way every day is. Even when there's turbulent things going on, it's still a great day to have a great day. It's all perspective. Good morning, sweet Isabel. All right, so how about a message from the tiny book? The tiny book of angel messages. And who would like to choose a page for us today? 25. Thank you, Catherine Kovacs. That sounds like a great number this morning. Page 25. Okay. Always hold yourself in high regard, and then look at the person in front of you as the same. You are both a piece of the puzzle that all connects to make the whole picture. Isn't that beautiful? We really are. We're all just one big puzzle, each of us a puzzle piece. Can you envision wholeness that way? The oneness that we always talk about? That oneness is so inclusive. We don't leave anybody out of that puzzle. If we've left them out, there's going to be a blank space there. If there's somebody that you're cutting out, trying to cut out of the oneness, then there's going to be something missing. So even when people are nasty and contentious and creating all kinds of havoc, they still have a place in the oneness. The light doesn't just shine on the things that are good and happy and uplifting. The light shines on everything. And if somebody is in that darkness, they need more than anybody to have light shone on them. So yeah, we include everyone in the oneness. We are all beings that were brought here on this earth plane at our own request. We requested to be here. Dolores Cannon calls us the volunteers. We volunteered to come for such a time as this. And that means everybody, not just one or two, not just those who are spreading peace and joy and light, but everybody. And sometimes that's a hard one for us, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to think about people who are causing pain, people who are doing destructive things to the earth, people who are maybe doing something sinister, and we tend to judge them. That's our human tendency. We tend to say, you're so wrong, and you shouldn't. We point fingers and we say, well, you shouldn't be doing that. It's not our job to judge. It's our job to look inside of ourselves, to maintain our own integrity, our own sense of what's right, what's wrong inside of us, and not put that on anybody else, not point fingers. So whatever's happening in someone's life, that's on them. That's between them and their creator. And I've been reading a lot about karma, and I think we have a twisted idea sometimes about what karma is all about. And there's a lot of people that use that phrase, karma will get you. Look out, because karma is going to catch up to you. But I believe, like the Buddhists do, that whatever we are doing and feeling and saying and thinking in our life, that's how our life is going to be. It's not necessarily that we're punished or we're rewarded. Like I did all these good deeds, now I want my reward, right? I want that karma to come to me. But it's more of maintaining that sense inside of you of who you are and what you are as a spirit being. And when you do that, then you're going to find that peace inside. And you're going to have compassion for those who maybe haven't found that place yet inside of themselves that is peaceful, that is compassionate and empathetic. Oh, we have people flying in here. Let's see who all came in. Kathleen Caputo, good morning. And Marietta says, when you look in the mirror and smile, say out loud, Spirit magnifies incredible loving energy, and feel the rush of love fill your heart. And yeah, that's what I was talking about. When you can find inside of you where that loving energy is magnified, it will show in your smile, but it also will show in your nature, how you are in the world, how you show up. Are you showing up as loving and kind and wishing only the best for everyone, even those that you might tend to judge as doing wrong things or being harmful or hateful? When we are happy and content inside of ourselves, we're going to want that for others. We're going to send out those type of vibes toward those people that we might be saying are not good people, are not doing their part to bring peace and love into the world. So the way to change and shift the energy is to change inside of yourself. Peace has to begin inside. That's the message from the angels last night. Look inside. See what's happening in there. Not pointing your fingers outside and saying, he made me mad. She really upset me. Blaming and shaming gets you nowhere except down. It's going to bring your vibration down. It's going to bring everything that you do down in your life. But if you can look inside and bring that own love and joy and peace into your heart, nobody can bring you down. Nobody can affect that unless you choose to give your power away and let somebody else get to you in that way. Good morning, Lillian. Thank you for being with us from Norway. I'm so happy that you're here. So anyway, that was one of the messages from page 25. Shall I read another? Let me see. Imagine if you were watching a storm and you see the lightning flash. If you watch the energy of it, you might be scared and awestruck at the same time. This fear of something powerful is the beginning of wisdom. It doesn't diminish you or make you feel small or constricted, but empowers you to want to know more. I love that message. So if you're feeling like you're being made small, that you're being disrespected, or somebody or nobody's listening to you. I've heard people say that when I'm doing coaching sessions. Nobody listens to me. Nobody hears what I say. Are you listening to yourself? That's the huge message. Are you listening to you? Are you hearing what you're saying? Are you knowing what you want to say? Because sometimes if you're speaking and it's not coming from the heart, then that's why it's not being heard. But speak up, use your voice and use it authentically. Say what's in your heart to say. And the only way you're going to be made to feel small is if you're feeling small yourself, if you're not feeling worthy. If you feel worthy and confident in who you are, you will be heard. Page 44, Lillian says. So let's read one more and see what Spirit wants us to know before we go into our meditation and prayer. Just what I finished saying. anyone you come into contact with will recognize that you are standing in love and will be drawn to it through your light. Simply stay in your heart. Stay in love. True freedom comes from detaching from all preconceived ideas and sitting with your higher self to seek your truth. When you do this, you will find the possible and stop believing in the impossible. And the last one, your happiness doesn't happen because of anything on the outside of you, but rather comes from your ability to feel your worthiness to be loved. And that's the summary of the angel message and the conversation we've been having this morning, right? Let me read that one again. Your happiness doesn't happen because of anything on the outside of you, but rather comes from your ability to feel your worthiness to be loved. I love that. For you all that have this book, read that today. Go to page 44. It's the last message on that page, because I think that's something we need to focus on all day. Let's just turn to that and read it throughout the day. That was spot on in your situation, Lillian. Oh, yeah, the number just came up. 44 comes up a lot. It is a master number. And that's a master message for us for this day, to just realize that that happiness, that joy, that peace, it is an inside job. And then we look at others that maybe we've had some difficulty with, or maybe there's people that we so love and we hold in high regard. And we look at all of them, not just the ones we're happy with, but everybody, and say, may you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be loved. That is the only way to bring more peace into our world, is when we can have it ourselves inside to give, and then we do that. We take action. We give it. We give it out in our prayers. We give it out in our meditation time. Isabel, one of your biggest lessons in this life, yeah, you have to stay in your own heart, darling. You have to know in your heart you are worthy. That's what this message was today, from the beginning of the show to where we're at right now. Stay in your heart. Know that you are blessed. You are loved. You are worthy to be loved. And when you find that worthiness inside of you, nothing can take that from you. No one can take that from you. No one can disturb your peace until you give them the power to do so. And why would you? Why would you tell someone, go ahead, make me mad, abuse me? You know, it's like, no. Once you find that inside of you, you hold on to it. And you go through life confidently, knowing who you are and what you are. Lily says, and I asked the angels to guide me to some cards today, and I got 3 of them, and everyone's was about my situation I'm in just now. I really was surprised, as all 3 was about what I needed guidance for. You know, when Spirit wants us to have a message, we get the message. That's what I found. If a message is there for you, it's going to find its way to you. Spirit may use different things for confirmations. They may use people or feathers or words. There's always signs. But when it comes down to it, all you have to do is just sit and ask. Just ask to be shown. Ask for guidance. And then the second part is to listen. We can ask for things all day long, but until we stop and be quiet and listen in our hearts, we're not going to hear the answer. There can be signs all around us, and we're still asking for them, right? Sometimes we just bombard spirit with, can I have a sign, please? Can I have a sign, please? That's how I was years ago. I was always seeking that confirmation, always asking to be shown. And then there was one day I was doing some writing, and so I took my paper and pen outside to sit in the sunshine, and I took a chair, and I'm sitting out there just contemplating life and what I wanted to write about, what I was being led to, and asking Spirit to help me write, to help me express myself. And then I was quiet so I could hear. I didn't ask for anything, for any sign or any confirmation. And all of a sudden, I started seeing birds and more birds and more birds. And they kept coming and kept coming. They were flying to my right, and they flew out to where they were all in front of me. They were following each other like birds tend to do. And when they got out in front of me, they started making a pattern. And the pattern was the infinity symbol. They just kept following each other and diving back and forth. And they made a pure, complete infinity symbol right in front of me. And I just started laughing. I just sat there. If anybody was observing, they probably thought I was crazy. But I sat there looking at these beautiful birds in front of me, knowing that Spirit was guiding them to show me the infinity, to show me that anything is possible, that we are eternal beings of love and light. And then when I got it, when I started laughing and saying, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, they stopped doing that, and they went back into formation, and they came by me on the left side. And I knew that was my sign that I hadn't asked for. I didn't ask for anything. I just was open to whatever Spirit was going to bring to me. As I thought I came out just to write some things down, I realized I came out for that blessing. There's been many times that I had kind of not really given up, but I stopped asking and stopped desiring to have that physical thing be shown to me, but I wanted it more on the inside. I wanted to feel it inside of me. And all of a sudden, a miracle would take place, or something profound, such as the birds making the infinity symbol. And I'll tell you one more, and then we're going to do a short prayer. So Pam Grout has a book called E Squared. And E Squared is full of exercises. And she has you do these, it's almost like science experiments that you do. And so you focus on something for 24 hours, and you look for whatever it is that is the answer to what your experiment is. So the very first experiment in her book, and I'd love for you all to do this if you feel it. The very first one is to see a sign, something that you wouldn't normally see, something that you can't just go and look at and see something. But you ask for some symbol, some sign that God exists. She calls God the dude. And I love that. So just ask for something to show up in front of you. Something that says, here I am. You're looking for me? Here I am. And I've done this many times. I've gone through her book, E Squared, at least 5 times doing those experiments. And this one always blows me away. Every time I say, okay, God, I am just going to sit back and look at my life and look at you and see what you have to show me. And then there was the very last time I did it. And my 24 hours was almost up. And I was standing outside. It was nighttime. And I was standing there and I'm looking at the water. And I said, well, I don't know, God. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. I haven't seen a sign that you are giving to me, that you're talking to me, that you're showing me something that I wouldn't just be able to go and see on my own. And it wasn't that I was giving up. I just had made that statement that I hadn't seen it yet. And I turned around, and at that very moment when I turned around to go back inside, there was a shooting star, a meteor, whatever you want to call it, at that moment. Now, had I stayed inside my apartment, or had I stayed turned with my back and looking at the water, I would have missed it. But it happened at that exact moment that I was supposed to see it, because I didn't give up. I just was saying, where are you? I know you're there. Show me. And sure enough, there it was. So never give up. Never give up. Sometimes that miracle is right around the corner. Sometimes it happens when you turn around from where you are and you think you're going in a direction that you need to be going in, but you need to be looking somewhere else. So don't ever give up. And that experiment is the very first one in the book E Squared. If you're not familiar with it, maybe look up Pam Grout, E Squared, because it's a wonderful book of hope and inspiration, and helps us to really understand that, the power is in here. It's not out there somewhere. It's not what others are doing in the world. Our power is on the inside. So it helps us to feel that, to feel empowered, to feel like we are in control, not the world or somebody out in the world. All right, let's do our prayer time. Let me put that caption up. If you have any prayers, anything that you need us to be aware of for you, and you want us to all gather our energy and our love and shower it that way, then please let us know. Type it in the comments. Okay, well, it's not coming up on there, but maybe it is for you, but I'm not seeing the words up there. I still see Happy Friday. So if you have a prayer request, now is the time to let us know. And here we go. Thank you, Deirdre, for our daily prayer. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and for our new mission as the Peace for Peace, save someone's child. Save someone's child is about being more aware of human trafficking, knowing what the signs are, knowing what to look for, and then see something, say something, taking action. You can call a hotline. You can give the information about what's going on. Annie has seen a hawk trying to catch the blackbirds, flocks of birds this morning. Something jay, and now a rabbit in my front yard. Oh, you're seeing all kinds of things today. I love that. All right, so let's go into our hearts. And again, if you have a prayer request, please type it in so we know, and we can put it on our prayer list, and our pair of jeans can put it in the grid, which neither of them are here this morning, but we'll make sure they know if there's something we need to add to the list. So let's go back into our hearts, back into the prayer, the breath that will become a prayer. So remember earlier when we first started, or if you weren't here, we did some breathing in through our nose. There's our blue Jean. And hello, Jim from Greece. Thank you for being with us. And Stein is here. Help me solve my economic problems and send me the help I need to heal myself. All healing comes from the inside. Absolutely. And thank you, Lily Ann, asking for prayers for her daughter and son and her grandson and herself. And we always pray for your mom as well. Thank you. All right. So breathing in. Breathe in through your nose and feel it. Feel the air as it enters through your nostrils. You'll be able to feel it. It's a physical sense when you breathe in. And then follow it down as it fills your lungs and let your lungs expand. Feel that expansion. And when you think that they're all the way full, take another breath in. Sometimes this helps to really feel it and get into that energy that you're taking in something beautiful, this life-giving oxygen. And then breathe it back out through your nose. Breathe it out and feel the sensation of it coming out of your nose. Empty the lungs all the way. Even when you think they might be emptied, see if there's a little bit more to breathe out before you do it again. So take that breath in and really inhale and feel it. And then exhale. And as you breathe in again, just offer the prayer, may I be at peace. And exhale anything in your life that's unlike peace, anything that's chaotic, anything that's frustrating or irritating or worrying you. Let that go with the out breath. And you breathe in again. May I be joyful and happy. And exhale anything in your life that's maybe a little irritating and trying to affect your joy. It's up to you to allow it. So letting go of anything you're aware of that might be the opposite of joy for you in life. Now let's breathe in again. And let's say, may I be healthy. And really feel that inside. Feel that you have the power to heal yourself. You have the power to accept that love that comes through from Spirit to help heal. And release on the out breath any place inside of you that's not feeling healthy. Any place where there's maybe pain, whether that's physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. Just breathe that out with the out breath. Breathe in again. May I be wealthy. And wealthy is a perspective. So whatever that means to you, whether it's you have enough to make ends meet, you have enough to live comfortably, you have an abundance of joy. That's wealth. You have an abundance of love in your life. So breathe that into your heart. And when you exhale, let go of any perceived lack, any place where you are thinking that you don't have enough. You don't have enough to fulfill your needs. Let go of that thought. Let go of that energy. Focus only on the abundance that you have and what is given to you by Spirit. And now let's give that away. So as you breathe in, may all people be at peace. And exhale out peace. Exhale out that beautiful energy into the world, sharing what's in your heart with the entire world. May all people everywhere be at peace. Now inhale again. May all people be happy and joyful. Go into your heart and find that in there. And exhale out. May all people everywhere be happy and joyful. Breathe in again. May all people be loving and kind. Exhale it out. May all people everywhere be loving and kind, compassionate and caring. With your next breath, may all people be healthy. Now exhale out that beautiful healing prayer. May all people everywhere be healthy. And then breathe in one more time. May all people everywhere be abundant. Feel that in your heart. And exhale that out. Our desire for the world. May all people everywhere be abundant. Now check in with how you feel. How does your heart feel right now? Breathe into it. See if there's a sense of peace, of joy, of loving kindness, of abundance, of health. If there's anything else that you need to release, release that. Let it go with your out breath. Let go of any lack, any place inside of you that's saying that you're not any of those things that we brought forth. Peace, joy, happiness, compassion, abundance, health. Release it out and receive your birthright. It is your birthright to be happy. It's your birthright to be at peace. As a creation of a loving God, we have that inside of us. We come into this existence with pure, unconditional love. Go back to that. Go back to that innocent child that came here free and happy and joyful, just wanting to be loved. And now give gratitude. We give gratitude to our Creator, to Christ, to Divine Mother, to all the angels, all the spirit beings. And we lift up every prayer request that's been given. And we say all of these things that we wished for everybody, everywhere, to be at peace, to have joy and happiness, love, compassion, empathy, health and happiness, and abundance of all of that in our lives. Amen. Whew, that felt powerful. So we do what we do at the end of every one of our shows. We love on each other. Oh, we have a little troll, don't we? All right, let's get rid of the troll. Thank you for being here. But no, we don't do that to our family. So we're going to block you and send you away. Thank you very much. And please, nobody respond to that request, because we don't do that here. And welcome in light. Namaste to you as well. All right, so it's time to show love. We do it on the count of 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. I love you. Thank you all. And please, as I said, ignore those requests for a private message from someone who tried to come in and create something other than love and peace in our family, and we will not have any of that. You got Mama P on this situation. So let me pull up our song from Leo, and we're going to share some love and light. Come on, come on.
It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. Peaceful peace, around the shop for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead. Wherever we may be, create a portal where we can be together. Our telephone is always one phone call away. Waiting on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath and go into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the bar. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the bar. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Oh, Joanne, I hope you have a beautiful day at work. Accept, align, allow. Triple A, y'all.
Morning cuppa full of joy, flirty Teri. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning cuppa full of joy, with all the peas in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, yeah. Morning cuppa full of joy, flirty Teri. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning cuppa full of joy, with all the peas in the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, yeah.
Full of joy. Get ready. Woo! Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone. Oh, we got some waggle butts going on this morning. Hello, Pocky and Gruff and Razzmatazz. And I better say hello to Gizmo and CB, or they'll be really unhappy with me. And sweet Lulu. Who'd I forget? Blue. All right, I think I covered all the kids. I love you all so much. Stay in your hearts. Have an amazing, beautiful day. Don't forget to smile at yourself, right? And don't forget, tomorrow we have a town hall meeting for 10 million for world peace. If you're not there yet, why not? We've got a website, a beautiful website, 10millionforworldpeace.org, and you can sign up there and get all of the to-dos and what's happening. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, we'll be meeting and getting your input going forward with 10 million for world peace. And a quick reminder, if you haven't signed up yet for my workshop, which is happening in 8 days on the 30th of September, I'll be doing a workshop on emotional empowerment. And I'd love to see you there. It's a free workshop. I'm offering it on 3 different dates, and each date has a different time. It's the same workshop. You're welcome to come to one or all, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you for being here today. Love you so much. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. Namaste, y'all.